Hi guys, this is Dofel. The sound in the background is my generator. In the South Africa we are back to something called load shedding, which means there's not enough electricity in the country to power the lights up. So the government has now started to move the electricity from town to town. So it's on and off depending on which town you are in. Today we've got the fan to sort out. So without wasting more time, let's begin. This is my fan from the house, and we turn it on. The fan starts to move, but it doesn't pick up any speed. Let's take it apart and see what's wrong with the silly thing. Now I bought this fan a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago I think, for around 500 South African Rand, which works out to 20, 25 US dollars, maybe 30 US dollars. I don't know if it's a lot of money in dollars, but in rands it is ridiculously expensive, as the average person's wage is around 175 Rand a day, which means a normal person or laborer that cleans gardens or work in the house or whatever will have to give up 3 days wages, maybe 4 days wages, just to buy one of these. So it makes it worthwhile trying to fix this silly thing. There has been some talk recently about increasing the minimum wage. I've not followed it that closely, so under the update. Now with the front panel off, you can do it. I can see the load on my generator went down, so most likely the power is back on. And silence is golden. Okay, so let's repeat our test again. Yeah. The knobs on these actually are reverse threaded. So take it out like this. There's some hair stuck in here, so who knows. Let's see what it is. My son Ruan tells me I have to wear gloves when working on these things. A whole bunch of reasons. Yeah, I have to get a different tool for this. Let's try this. Oh, wow. So the shaft is quite tight. So I suspect most likely it's more just a question of dry bearings than anything faulty inside the thing. So I'll start with the dry bearings first. Just lubricate it with some penetrating oil, and then, oops, if it's running, upgrade with some proper mobile oil, which I got in a canister. Okay, let's start with the front bearing first. tool in a can. Let's put a drop in here. Okay. Let's get to the rear bearing. Here we have the phase shift capacitor, which actually allows the magnetic field to be swapped to allow it to move. Usually if this is faulty, you find that these things don't want to move anymore. But in my case, this doesn't want to rotate because it's stiff and solid and, wow, in clear need of some TLC. So, let's take it apart. Bought this little toolkit at the local flea market a while ago, and it's awfully handy. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. There we go. Wow. The rear bearing is also quite dry. So first I'm gonna just use some thin spray wool just to wipe the excess of the old dry grease that's on here off. Don't feel any ridges on there, seems quite okay. And then we have our bearing in the back. Let's zoom in a bit on this. So there you can see the rear bearing, and there's the shaft. The front shaft seems to be quite loose. So, the front bearing. Here you can see. So So it seems like more a problem with the rear bearing than the front one. So now we bring out the heavy duty stuff. Awesome. Here I found some 1000 grit sandpaper, which is awesome. I'm going to tear a small piece off here. And this is literally just to clean out the shaft a bit. Don't want to change its size, just want to clean it a bit. So I put some oil on the paper, as I don't want to take too much metal off this. And there you can see it's nice and clean and shiny again. Good. In my trusted can, I've got some Mobil 1. I squirt some Mobil 1 inside this little bushing. Just a little drop. There we go. Oops. Just a drop there. A drop on the shaft. And I'll do the same for the one in front. Although I have put some of the thin tool in a can already on, I'll put just some proper thicker lube on so it can work in as it rotates. Just a drop. Just work it in nicely. Plug it back into power, and there it's spinning. Awesome. Tighten all these nicely. extra long screwdriver. I have shorter ones, but they yeah. Awesome. Now we can reinstall the motor. If you are unable to split the motor like I did just now, what I have done on a previous occasion, these silly languages we speak in other countries, we try to speak English, wrong grammar, wrong pronunciation, it's awful, but let's get to that. So if you're unable to open the motor, you can drill a small hole just here and then squirt some oil in there. It's a workaround on sealed motors. In this case I was lucky, it comes apart easily, but I have done this on previous occasions but I was not able to open the motor up. Saves you from having to buy a complete new motor. That funny sound in the background is my other phone. Although it is on silent, it still makes sounds. Let's go out of this back to, oh come on, slow as, if you look there, I don't know, modern technology is not always as that it's supposed to be. Okay, now we can put back the phase shift capacitor in its place in this little housing. And that takes these short screws. And then I'll just center this little shaft nicely. This is not properly centered from the factory. So the pin that you see here sits inside the groove at the back of the fan, and as you notice it's not in the center, so it's a good possibility that at some stage it's just gonna pop out, and then we're back to square one again. So now that it's centered, remember this goes on the wrong way, so normally it's lefty loosey righty tighty. In this case you turn it left to tighten it. And let's power up and test it again. sound that will make any pilot proud. Awesome. Now to reinstall the fan guard. And in the time it takes you to watch one silly little YouTube video, the fan is repaired. Moving all the excess dust. And we point it away from ourselves for the next test. Otherwise we'll have a heap of dust in our face. Hi everyone, so thank you for sitting through the fan repair video. Over here on the side, this is an element that's used in a water heater. This is rated at 230 volts AC. However, it's just a resistor, like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. So in one of my upcoming videos, I will show you how you can take a standard element from a water heater or a water geyser and connect it directly to the solar panels in your roof. No special box, no special element, no special nothing. Directly on DC. I'll do some tests on this to show that this reacts the same to AC and DC as a normal resistor does. And then afterwards then we go through the steps of actually running your DC, running your geyser directly from DC off the panels. At my house I've got my geyser directly connected to the panels, and then the rest of the house actually is connected to an inverter with its battery down there. However, that's a different story, so watch out for that video if you want to convert your geyser to heat up your water directly from the panels without wasting money on special elements and special boxes and special panels. Just your standard panels, and without it killing your battery or your inverter. That's a video for you. I did it 4 years ago, so now it's working. And until then, thank you and bye bye.